In this video, I'm going to talk about the data analyst roadmap for 2024. So I would see the data analytics roadmap containing about 5 steps, and the first of that would be to get data. I don't think this is talked about enough. To build a data analytics portfolio or get into data, you must deal with data that you yourself are interested in, because if you're interested in the data, you're willing to spend more time doing projects that is going to get you to the required level of proficiency to work as a data analyst. So I would spend about 2 weeks in this stage really just digging out some data sets that you like and you're interested in finding out more about. And you can get data from different websites like kaggle.com, data.world, and every government agency will have thousands of data sets that you can get data for. In Ireland, we have a site called data.gov. There's about 18,000 data sets there. The next stage of learning data analytics would be SQL, which I think is the foundation of being a data analyst. SQL is used to pull data from databases and find out more about it. And a lot of people would say SQL is a very simple thing to learn. I would say, yes, it is a very simple thing to learn, but it's a very hard thing to master. To get started with SQL, I would recommend Google BigQuery, just because it's online. You can start querying in about 5 minutes, and there's data sets for you there to query. To go along with BigQuery, I would recommend this course on Udemy. This will teach you how to get started with BigQuery, how to get your environment set up, and how to start doing those initial queries and pulling the data out into Google Sheets and Looker Data Studio. Once you're comfortable enough with basic queries in SQL, I would recommend going to a website like HackerRank and testing your understanding. You're only going to get better by answering hard problems. The next stage in learning how to be a data analyst is mastering Excel for analytics. And there's loads of courses you can do to get you here, but really what you want to focus on here are Excel functions, Excel tables, Power Query as well. So Power Query sits at the back of SQL and Power BI, and Power Query will help you to get data and clean data and deal with larger data sets. For Excel and Power Query, I would recommend courses by Leila Gourani on YouTube and on Udemy and her own website. I found she's probably the best Excel instructor out there, but some of her courses have gone missing from Udemy and are sitting on her own website and would be at a bit of a higher price point. If you're budget conscious, I would recommend Maven Analytics. They do really good courses on Excel, and I think any of the top courses on Udemy for any of the things we discussed today would be sufficient to get you to a level. It's what you do with that knowledge. It's not that you've taken the course and gotten the certificate. It's that you've taken the course, you've internalized the knowledge, and then you've gone to your own data set and built something yourself. So really focus on that in Excel. Is start your portfolio projects with the Excel and start building out dashboards, start building out ways to clean data and ways to get to insights quickly. So the Excel portion should take you about 3 months, and then you should move on to data visualization. Now there's a lot of data visualization tools in the market, but I would recommend either going with Power BI and Tableau and really learning those tools well. There is a big debate over which is the better tool. I really like Power BI, and the reason I really like Power BI is not only does it have really good functionality, but it's just a connectivity to other tools within the Microsoft suite. So you just have more options if you use Power BI as your data tool. The best Power BI course I have done is by a guy called Nicholas Skriller, and that's out on Udemy. So really recommend this guy's course. I've done a lot of Power BI courses. A lot of them are great. Any of the top Udemy courses are great, but I would have thought this guy's was the best. Also, DataCamp is pretty good for Power BI. You pay a one-off subscription for 4 courses on Power BI, Excel, and SQL, and then Python. So if you want a platform with lots of options, DataCamp's the platform for you. And I think one of the added functionalities of DataCamp is that they have virtual machines for the tools. So you can go and learn Power BI on a Mac. The 5th step in becoming a data analyst in 2024 is really building out your portfolio. This is the most important step and should be started once you have a decent enough knowledge of Excel. Build out data projects with your data sets that you have gathered. Do that in Power BI, do that in Excel. Have something to talk about when you go on your interviews or you're talking with your colleagues about what you're doing as a data analyst. It's much more important to be able to talk about projects than it is talk about the certs you've gotten. I hope that was decent information for you. Any of the resources we've talked about are listed in the description down below. Please like the video and follow the channel for more data analytics tutorials.